Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Thursday. So, on Thursday, we're here with healthy no, happy healthy habits with Robin Shimizu and friends. And so Robin's in the studio today. But before we begin, we want to give a shout out to my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. I am looking at Robin's hand. I don't know why.
What?
Okay, there you go. I don't know what you did, but put your phone up in front of us. Okay, you ready? All right, Robin's going to introduce our guest today, and we're going to get this party started. I just want to say hello to everyone who's tuning in live and on the replay. And we are just so happy to have Dr. Tamika in the studio today. And meanwhile, we're going to have Robin introduce her. How you doing this morning, Robin?
I'm doing just fine, thank you.
Good.
Good morning, everybody. Today we have a guest that was introduced to me and to the Biz Chicks via Jill Weston. So she introduced me virtually to Dr. Jackson, and I have a little intro because she's our first time on our show. So I wanted to take a few minutes to do an appropriate introduction for her. So Dr. Jackson is a licensed psychologist. I'm going to read this, you guys. So she's a licensed psychologist who is in private practice here in Sacramento. She's been in practice for 7 years now, and she has over 15 years of mental health experience in the mental health field. She got her master's in counseling from George Washington University from Washington, D.C. She got her doctorate in counseling psychology from Georgia State University in Atlanta. She did postdoctorate residency at UC Davis, at the UC Davis Counseling and Student Health Services. More recently, I suppose, because that was her postdoctorate work. And then I want to just read this. So within her practice, she provides individual and couples therapy to adolescent and adult clients. Dr. Jackson also provides PTSD assessments for the Department of Veterans Affairs and works part-time at the Folsom Lake College, providing therapy and conducting mental health outreach. Recognizing the need for greater attention to the mental health needs of the Black community, Dr. Jackson is extremely passionate about serving as a resource within this community. In this vein, she has been a part of Safe Black Space for the last 2 years and also a trained emotional emancipation circle facilitator. Both of these efforts provide therapeutic healing circles for Blacks to process racial trauma and gain empowerment. Outside of her professional life, Dr. Jackson is happily married and is a mother of a beautiful 7-year-old daughter. And let's see, she loves traveling, attending cultural festivals, trying new restaurants, and spending time with her family. She is deeply spiritual and maintains grounding through prayer, mindful meditation, practicing gratitude, and spending time with nature. And so with that, Dr. Jackson, if there's anything else you'd like to let us know about yourself before you begin our show today, I'm introducing you, so take it away.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you, Terry, for inviting me to be on the show. I'm really excited to be able to connect with the two of you and to all those who are viewing. I just love the spirit of Biz Chicks, the empowerment model, the networking aspect, and just really bringing connection and healing to women. So I'm honored to be a guest on your show today.
No, thank you so much. We're just
absolutely
flabbergasted to have you here. So excited, especially to have this conversation. It's so timely. So tell us more about
grounding. Absolutely. Yeah, so I just want to start, by just acknowledging the state of the world right now. Mm-hmm. Several months ago, we experienced our COVID-19, right? And it brought us into the awareness that the world just stopped. And we were seeing numbers of people dying, lots of fear was heightened, just truly unprecedented times. And recently, we're seeing another pandemic, that in the form of racism, that's been here since the beginning. But in this moment, there's a national outcry against white supremacy in light of the recent killing of George Floyd and a number of other racially motivated traumas. So we're in a place where we're feeling a lot of pain, fear, anxiety. And if there was ever a time for us to need some grounding, I would say it's right now. So I want to take some time to be able to talk about just how we can get some grounding. And before that, I just want to acknowledge many of the emotions that people are experiencing. I mentioned that there's a lot of fear. There's also a lot of grief, related to COVID-19. There was a grief of loss of security, loss of certainty. We're used to having a lot of control in our lives. And at this time, nobody knows anything. There's so much uncertainty. There's been grief related to loss of loved ones. Just so much hurt that's happening right now. People are feeling a lot of anxiety. People are feeling a lot of depression. Whatever problems you had pre-COVID have now been heightened. So there's just a really, really high level of pain and trauma that's happening in our world right now. And oftentimes the way we respond to that is to, sometimes we lean all the way in. I was talking to Terry before the show started, and she talked about how, staying in the news and staying with the images, how that just keeps you in a heightened state of angst. So some people lean into it, which drives up the anxiety. Some people detach and aren't as available to themselves or other people. Some people use behaviors to try to avoid. And so I want to share with you a behavior called grounding that can just sort of help us to stay this course, to help us to find balance in the midst of really uncertain times. So what does it mean to be grounded? Right? Grounded means to get still. We live in a world that implicitly tells us that we need more. We need to do more. What's the next thing on our agenda? And we're go, 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 go. And I think one thing that COVID gifted us was the opportunity to just be still. We had no choice but to be still. And in that stillness, I think it allows us greater access to what's really going on inside of us, right? Maybe we realize in this stillness some things that we've been avoiding, some problems that we had that we weren't conscious of. So getting grounded is important to make us aware of how we're doing in a given moment. When I'm grounded, I feel a lot more centered. I know for me, I know when I'm not grounded, when I start to forget things. Maybe you walk into a room and you're like, what did I come here for? Or I'm in the middle of a conversation and I forget what I was saying. I start to feel sort of scattered. Those are all indications that I'm not grounded, that I need to get centered. And so one of the quickest ways to get centered is to bring your attention to your breath, right? Let's just take a moment right now. Let's just close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath in and release. Isn't it amazing how your breath can just slow it all down, right? That was just one breath. Imagine if you took 3 breaths and you did that multiple times throughout the day. It just helps you to shift, getting out of your head and just getting back to your center. So one of the ways that we can ground ourselves is through gratitude. I think gratitude is something that we're hearing a lot more of these days, which I'm grateful for. I think a lot of people are recognizing the power of not just saying thank you, but to really have a practice of gratitude, right? My dad would often say, don't focus on what you lost, focus on what you still have, right? Even in the midst of COVID, even in the midst of all of the tragedy that's happening that's racially motivated, there are still things that we still have that we can still take comfort in, right? So I think it's also a way to just acknowledge what's good in your life, right? Sometimes we just get so focused on the negativity that we forget that there's actually some things that are going well in our lives. And so by shifting our focus, it allows us to just open up some more room for positivity. I'm going to pause there just to see if there was any comments or questions before I go on.
I'm looking over here in the comments, and I don't see anything yet. And maybe
Okay.
we need to reiterate the question. The question was, are you feeling?
Yeah. So I guess my question, I didn't necessarily have a question. I just didn't know if there were any comments that people wanted to just weigh in or ask a question.
Yeah, just people coming in saying hi.
Okay. Hi to those that are joining. I'll just keep going and you let me know.
Breathing space. And who else is Cheryl McDaniel has come in. I'll just put those up so you can see who's
my cousin
coming today.
Hey, Cheryl.
Yep, people are saying hi. Cecilia says good morning. And
Good morning,
so people are connecting with us this morning.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. You might want to start a watch party if you get a chance, or just share this out so people can get a chance to breathe. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, just one breath. There's such power in that, just one breath, right? So it's staying in an awareness that there's two sides to the coin, right? There's the challenges that we experience, there's the pain that we experience on one side, but there's also the idea that in any given moment, there is always an opportunity to be grateful for something. You know, I remember about 2 years ago, 2018, my mother was diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer. And praise God, my mom is a survivor. My mom pulled through. But on our very first chemotherapy appointment, we were there and clearly very afraid. This was brand new territory, and it was the first time both of us had come so close to her mortality. And there was a woman that walked in, a beautiful woman who was also there to receive treatment. And we started to talk to her, and she shared her story, and she also had stage 4 ovarian cancer. And in her case, it wasn't caught soon enough. And so she was going to be on chemo for the rest of her life. And I asked her, what advice do you have to us? We didn't know what the course would be for my mom. Do you have any advice? And she said, find something in every day to be grateful for. And I thought to myself, if this woman, who is clearly in so much pain, whose life has been severely compromised in terms of its quality, if this woman can tell me to find the joy in every day, I have no excuse. I never saw her again, but I will never forget her. And that piece of wisdom that she shared with me, I try to impart to people whenever I can. So what are some of the benefits of gratitude? You know, like I said, it brings us back to our center. It helps us to get unstuck in thinking about just the negative aspects of a situation that we might be in. It helps to keep our struggles in perspective, right? There are times where, as a psychologist, I sit with many different issues that people bring, many instances of pain and trauma. And sometimes I'm having a bad day and I'm not feeling like going into work and I'm not feeling to listen to other people. But I hear somebody tell their story and it humbles me and it puts my life in perspective. And whatever I was just struggling with suddenly becomes reduced. So it keeps our life in perspective. Gratitude is also good for your health. So there's been a lot of studies that show that when you practice gratitude, there's actually an influx of dopamine, right? That's that natural high. And when you feel that natural high, it makes you want to do more. It makes you begin to spread it to other people. So it also helps to improve your sleep quality. The practice of gratitude actually activates your hypothalamus, which is the part of your brain that regulates your sleep, your appetite. So it activates that. And so people find that when they practice gratitude, their sleep cycle is lengthened. They have less trouble falling asleep. Studies have shown that it's decreased pain levels, improved blood pressure. So lots of good information out there in terms of the way that it can improve your health. Also reduces stress cortisol levels, allowing you to not be so weighed down by stress. It also helps you to build connections with other people. So clearly I could go on and on about the benefits of gratitude, right?
Yes.
Clearly I'm a believer. There's 2 stages of gratitude. The first stage is recognizing what's good in my life. And the second stage is recognizing that all that's good in my life didn't just come from me, but from external sources, right? So for me as a Black woman, I recognize that who I am and all that I have is not about me, but it's about those people who have helped to build that bridge to get me to where I am today. All those people who have sacrificed on my behalf for me to be here. And so when I practice gratitude, it's not just for what I have, but it's who did all that they did to get me, to help me to be here right now, and to never, ever lose sight of that. So let's talk about some ways to practice gratitude. One thing that I remember years ago, Oprah Winfrey said was that when she starts her day, the first thing she does is she keeps her eyes closed and just say, thank you. And she said it's the shortest, simplest, yet most powerful prayer to just say, thank you. Thank you, right, to your source for another day, another opportunity to be here. And many of us, when we get up, you know, we have our phones probably right next to our nightstands. We get up, and I'm guilty of it, and just start going through, right? Any text messages, did I get any emails? You know, and that's nothing about that is grounding. And now if you're looking at your phone and going through the news, it's doing everything but grounding you. So I know for me, I really try to internalize that practice, and often I have to remind myself, wait, before you get up, Tamika, say thank you, right? Thank you, God, for this moment. So beginning and ending your day with gratitude for just being here, for having another opportunity, is a way to really get anchored and to center and to keep things in perspective. Another way is gratitude journaling. Right? So maybe a lot of you have heard about gratitude journals. I think journaling is just a powerful tool of expression, of healing. Many times people use a journal to just write down when I'm upset, right? When I'm mad, when somebody pissed me off. But journals can be a way to capture really positive elements in your life. So I often share with my clients, you know, each day, take a moment at the end of your day, middle of your day, and just write, what are 3 things from my day today that I'm grateful for? What are 3 times today when I felt joy? And the cumulative effect of that, you start to find that those moments just find you, right? You're no longer looking and scratching your head thinking, what went well today? But it just starts to find you because you've cultivated a practice of looking for the joy. So gratitude journaling. Another one is to write a letter to someone telling them, thanking them for the impact that they've had in your life. And I will tell you all, I'm going to give my friend Jennifer Ford a shout real quick. A girlfriend of mine who now lives in North Carolina sent me a handwritten letter, y'all. When do you ever get a handwritten letter these days, right?
Nice.
She sent me a handwritten letter. And what she said to me was, I had made a post on Facebook about gratitude. And she said, I was so touched by your post, and I wanted to take a moment to express to you how grateful I am for you and your presence in my life. And it just, it literally took my breath away. One, because like I said, rarely do people take the time to handwrite a letter. We're so quick to just text things and email, but the time that it took for her to do that. And what that did was that inspired me to say, you know what? I want to send Jennifer back a letter and tell her what she did for me. And I want to send somebody else a handwritten letter to tell them how grateful I am for them. And we just begin to spread that love and spread that kindness and that inspiration. And that helps not only the giver, but the receiver. It's this reciprocity in terms of how we all benefit from that.
Okay, well, we got some comments here. Did you want to say that? Okay.
Sure.
Cecilia says, totally agree. When I get down or depressed, I start to think of everything I am grateful for, and it brings me up. And then Jill says, thank you for sharing that we may be able to notice grief and gratitude simultaneously, especially if we can get to the grounded place.
Yes, Jill. Yeah. I think it's really important. Yeah. Very true. It's really important to be able to, I'm lifting up my hands, to hold both, right? Not just the pain, and not that the gratitude is going to take the grief or take the pain away, but it just helps to comfort you. It just gives you another perspective to hold alongside of that. So thank you to both of you for those comments. You know, another way of practicing gratitude is spending time in nature. Nature has a way of just getting you real still, real quick. Right. One of the things that's been grounding me through these last few months, it's just every morning taking a walk and just being in nature, right? Just allowing myself to be in awe of the colors, of the sounds, sometimes even listening to the wind. Again, sometimes we're just so rushed to get to the next thing that we miss that beautiful purple flower that was just sitting there, right? So taking a moment to just connect. Maybe it's a tree in your backyard, maybe it's a particular flower, but just taking time to be still and being nature. Another way is to do a gratitude collage. So I know a lot of people have done vision boards, which is a powerful tool to help manifest the dreams that are on your heart. So this is similar, but this is taking those magazines and cutting out images that bring you joy, images that align with what you're grateful for in your life. And imagine if you had that up somewhere in your home, and just even once a day to be able to stand in front of this visual representation of all the things that bring you gratitude, right? It just, again, you probably can't look at it without smiling, without feeling humbled by just how full your life is despite what else might be going on. So that's a creative way for those that like to use their hands and be creative in their expressions. Being able to volunteer, right? A lot of people feel like I want to give back. I want to get involved in community. If there was ever a time, it's right now. Finding out where the needs are. Where can you make a difference? And again, when you give back, it gives back to you as well. Another way is to just think back on some of the difficult times that you've had in your life and try to think about what were some of the blessings or what were some of the lessons that came to me through that. Many times we look back on hard moments and all we see is just the pain, but the reality is that there might have been some little sprinklings, right, of blessings in there that we weren't able to capture in the moment because the pain was so great, right? As I mentioned, 2018 was a rough year for me. My mom was diagnosed with cancer when I was her caregiver. My dad died 6 months later, unexpectedly and suddenly. It was the worst year of my life. And even though I'm aware of the pain, I'm also so grateful that I had the opportunity to be in the position of providing care to both of my parents who, for their whole lives, have given everything for me. It was an honor for me to be able to give even a fraction of what they were able to give to me, right? My parents, I'm from New Jersey, and so my parents were here at the time that everything unfolded. And so I got 6 months to be with them right here, which has been a prayer of mine for a long time. Didn't think it'd be answered in that way, but I'm grateful for the time that I had, right? So looking back and seeing like, what were some of those lessons? And it helps you to just hold your story with a different level of energy. It's not just heaviness, but there's also some joy in there as well. I want to pause there to see if there are any questions coming up for people or any comments that people want to express.
A comment from Devette. She says, yes, walks have definitely helped me. Yeah, I think that this is a great thing that you are giving us solutions and methods to get grounded.
Yeah.
And we really do appreciate that because sometimes the simplest things can go unacknowledged as not having an effect on our lives, when in fact we can really access these things. So thank you, because at BizChicks we like stuff that's easy to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go buy
Absolutely.
walk.
Nope. That's it. Walk, breathe, right? That's it. That's
exactly.
it. So I have other examples, and I'm happy to maybe send a list out.
Yes, if you want to, you can put it in the private chat, and we will
post that for people to see.
Mm-hmm.
But I also do want to, yeah. Okay, I'll do that. But I do want to take some time to also talk about grounding through grace.
Okay. And we're going to give you.
And so when I say grace, I think, grace is having. Okay. Grace is having compassion for other people, right? Grace is helping to be understanding of the fullness of a situation, moving from judgment to understanding. And oftentimes we extend that grace to other people, but we fail to do it to ourselves, right? We can be so judging and critical of ourselves, right? When really what we need is tenderness. We need love. We need to recognize that even though we're adults, we still have a little precious child within us that is worthy and deserving of our love and our care and our understanding. So, what are some ways that we can cultivate grace? One of them is focusing on progress, not perfection. I was talking to a client the other day and giving her credit for some progress that she's made in terms of becoming more accepting and loving of herself. And she sort of said, well, I guess, and she said, I still have a long way to go, so I can't really celebrate it yet. And that's what so many of us do, right? Until we reach that final destination, we don't give ourselves credit for the incremental stages of growth, right? Growth is a process, and it's important to recognize that progress is the goal, not perfection. It's also stop comparing ourselves to other people. So often we look at what we're going through, and social media has done a job on many of our psyches, right? Because we see all these people doing all these big things, and we oftentimes feel small or inadequate. But the truth is that we're comparing ourselves, our inner experience, to their outer. We don't know what their backstage looks like. We don't know what they're fighting with and struggling with. We don't get to see that. So it's not a fair comparison. So stop the comparison and really just accept yourself for who you are. You are a unique expression by God, intended to be here in this moment. So recognizing that there's value in just stopping. I think we achieve grace also through meditation. I was listening to Jay Shetty, who is a motivational speaker and coach, and he was described meditation as just simply a meeting with yourself. I loved it. It was just so simple. Just a meeting with yourself, where you pause and ask yourself, how am I doing right now? How am I really doing right now? What am I aware of in my body? What do I need right now? What do I need to let go of? And just sitting in contemplation, checking in with yourself. We as women are so other focused, constantly checking in on everybody and leaving ourselves at the end. But the truth is that we have to give to ourselves before we give ourselves away. So giving yourself that time to check in so that you can make the necessary shifts that you need so that you can go the distance for you and for other people. One of the ways that I love that I saw recently of expressing grace was through touch. And so we all know just how good a hug feels, right? And many of us right now with COVID-19 haven't been able to give or receive as many hugs as we're used to. And for those living alone, it's really a struggle to not have anybody to hold you. When we are hugged and when we give hugs, our body releases chemicals, those feel good, those natural high chemicals. But what's interesting is that our brain can't decipher between the touch of somebody else and our own touch. So we actually have the power, just us, to be able to release those same chemicals. So what I want you to do for a moment is just take your hands. I know we're not supposed to touch our face, but you can wash our hands after. Take your hands and just cup your face, just like you would like a little baby. Close your eyes. And I want you just to take 3 deep breaths. How did that feel? I see Robin's still holding on. She doesn't want to let go. That feel good?
That feels fabulous. Oh my gosh.
Right?
And I think we miss the power of touch.
Mm-hmm.
We really do miss the power of touch. We really do. So when you find yourself, going down that rabbit hole of being self-critical, beating yourself up, taking that breath, holding that face, and just saying, whispering, I love you, I'm with you, you're okay, right? Putting your hand on your heart is another way to just really activate that connection within your spirit to yourself. So it's something that we do really easily with kids, but we forget about the importance of doing that with ourselves. So
I think too that when we put our hands up to our face, usually it's in despair. So if we
that's a
change
good point.
the message, the mental message of, compassion and love, and you know what I mean? If we're sending a different message. Because usually it's just like,
right. Yeah, absolutely.
So I like the idea of changing the message, that the touch and the quality of the touch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I recognize the time. I know we're at 8:30, and I wanted to, leave some time to walk you all through a meditation, a gratitude meditation, if that would be okay. It takes about 10 minutes.
That would be fine. I just want to make sure that what we do is we make sure that we get your contact information, Dr. Shamika, in case someone needs to talk to you or wants to set an appointment. So, Robin, do you have that information?
I do, and I can go ahead and put that in while.
Yeah, so we're going to make sure that happens. Because, we're about running a profitable business that's fun to run. Oh, people, you call her and make an appointment. She's got some school loans. She needs.
I know that's right.
Because I got some kids with some school loans. Pay the people for their time and their sacrifice. I want to thank you because I don't know where we're going to end. It will probably be so mellow that I won't want to interrupt.
Right. You might just want to float on out on that Zen energy.
Exactly. Yeah. So also, if you are looking to join Biz Chicks, just text Biz to 33777. We'll put that over in the chat, and we're going to get started. But I want all that stuff to happen before we get into the meditation. So just give me a second here.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm typing in to join.
And while we're doing that, let me go ahead and announce that next week we're going to have Linus Woods Mullins, who's going to be with us next week. And so we're looking forward to that. I have to say, Dr. Jackson, the meeting with yourself was just whoa, that opened up the doors for me and gave me another way of looking at meditation that is going to be so helpful. So
absolutely, I'm glad. I had the same reaction when I heard it too, Robin.
That's just there's so many nuggets here. I have got all these circles on my notebook.
I've got somebody over here on the watch party that said, I needed this today. I'm so-called I popped it on. She saw the call, so she popped on my watch party. She says, my heart has been aching today with all that's going on in the world. Thank you, she says.
Really, so perfect. Thank you so much.
The energy in a positive touch is so important.
So
I know that your voice is a voice of comfort to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so are we ready now? Robin, do you have it? Okay, so we're going to be posting this in case you need to contact or connect with Dr. Jackson, and we're going to get started. So we're going to put you on the solo.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so I want to invite you to, you can lay down if you like to lay down, or if you're sitting, make sure that your feet are just planted on the ground. And just remove any distractions from your lap. Keep your hands free. And close your eyes if you're comfortable. I'm going to be in this meditation with you, so I'll keep mine closed. And If you prefer, you can just lower your eye gaze, just letting a little bit of light in. And as we close our outer eye, let's open our inner eye and just begin to turn your awareness to breath. Slowly deepening your breath. If your mind starts to wander, just lovingly bring it back and use your breath as an anchor, one breath at a time. As you inhale, allow your lungs to take in as much air as they can. And as you exhale, exhale the full breath out. As you inhale, allowing your belly to expand. And as you exhale, allowing it to deflate. I will invite you to bring your attention to the ground beneath you, the ground that is holding you up. This ground represents your connection to the earth. And bring your awareness to your feet, noticing any sensations that you might be experiencing in that area of your body. Allow yourself to breathe light into this part of your body and express gratitude for how your feet have served you and supported you throughout your life. Now I invite you to move your attention to your legs, noticing any sensations that you're experiencing in your legs right now, or not. Just bring your awareness to that part of your body, breathing in light to your legs and allowing yourself to feel gratitude for how your legs have supported you throughout your life. Now I invite you to bring your attention to the center of your body, to your core. Notice any sensations that you might be feeling there. Maybe you're feeling hungry. Take a moment and breathe light into this part of your body and allow yourself to feel grateful for how your core has supported you throughout your life. Now bringing your attention into your chest, noticing any sensations that you feel in this part of your body, paying attention to what it feels like to have your breath move in and out. Allowing yourself to breathe light into your chest and feeling gratitude for this part of your body, for your breath, for your heart that has been beating throughout your life, that is giving you life as we speak. Now I invite you to bring your attention to your hands, noticing any sensations that you may feel in your hands. Breathing light into this part of your body. Feeling gratitude for how your hands have served you. Now let's direct our attention to your arms, noticing any sensations that you're feeling in this part of your body. Breathing light into your arms and allowing yourself to feel grateful for the multitude of ways that your arms serve you. Allowing yourself to feel grateful for how your arms are able to wrap around yourself or another as a transmission of love and connection. Now I invite you to bring your attention to your back, the part of our body that helps with our stability. Notice any sensations that you might be experiencing in your back right now. Breathe light into this part of your body, allowing yourself to feel grateful for how your back has served you. Let's now bring our attention to our shoulders, recognizing that this is a part of our body where many of us carry stress. Notice any sensations that you're feeling in your shoulders right now. Breathe light into this part of your body and allow yourself to feel grateful for how your shoulders support you on your life journey. Now bring your awareness up through your neck into your head, noticing any sensations that you may be feeling. Breathing light into your head and allowing yourself to feel grateful for your eyes, for your ears, for your mouth, for your brain. I want you to now imagine that there is a light emanating from your feet, a bright glowing light, a warm light. I want that light to become liquid sunshine. And on your next breath, breathe that in, filling up every part of your body, filling up your feet, moving up through your legs, traveling up through the core and the chest, down the back, extending down your arms and your hands, up through your neck, filling your head with nothing but light. Allow yourself to feel the fullness of gratitude for the being that is you, for the life that is yours. Take a moment now and think about all the places in your life where you're feeling grateful in this moment. There are so many things to be grateful for in this very moment. in your next breath, take your hand and place it lovingly over your heart. And silently offer a comforting affirmation for yourself that you want to carry with you throughout this day, a loving affirmation of grace or gratitude that's just for you. What do you want to remember as you move through this day? Hold that deep in your heart, thanking yourself for this moment, for the energy, for the presence that you brought to allow yourself the gift of pausing to experience gratitude. Now I invite you to slowly bring your intention back into this moment that we're in. Maybe you need to stretch or wiggle your fingers or your toes to wake yourself back up to this next moment. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes. So I invite you to lean into that practice as often as you need. There's nothing that you need but you, your breath, and your presence. And I appreciate you giving me the space and the time to share with you today. It's been a real pleasure and a joy for me.
Thank you, doctor. Oh my goodness. I'm so relaxed. Thank you.
That was that was
My
very
pleasure.
interesting. The meditation to focus on ourselves like that. We do that a little bit in Yoga Nidra with Jill. This was similar to me, but different. It was just, I mean, I never really thanked my body like that. That's just so amazing. It's very nice. Thank you so much.
Rosemary
Thank
says,
you.
thank you for that soulful meditation. Yes, yes. And I'm with you, Robin. I never thought to thank the different parts of my body, and they do serve us well. Jill says, thank you. It was a great guidance through that meditation. Wow.
Thank you. I'm glad.
So we're going to.
Dr. Jackson, you know, that would be a great 10-minute meditation if you would put it on your Facebook thing and we could all go in there and take it again. I wonder is there a way we could cut that piece out? And I don't know. We can talk about it later.
We'll talk to the tech dealer, Francine Gregory, and see what we could do about that. Wow. So with that, we're going to need you to put in Dr. Jackson's contact information or her Facebook page so that we can connect with her. We just want to thank you again, Robin. You always find such fabulous guests. Remember that tomorrow is Friday and we will be talking tech in English. Don't be scared. Come on over. We can show you how to use technology in an easy way to maximize your business. So with that, remember, don't forget to go to the front of your line. And we are here every weekday at 8 o'clock in the morning to help you take the hassle out of your hustle. Thank you again, ladies. Okay, with that, we're going to.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Have a good one.